Governor, your budget freezes family care. How is that not going to wind up costing the state more through increased nursing home costs?
Well, part of what the Finance Committee included an emergency provision to add additional slots to keep people off of waiting lists that are in critical conditions. And one of the things we're looking to do is as kind of as, not as a trailer bill, Dave, you'd ask about that, but as a follow-up. Our budget came out before the audit on the family care system in Wisconsin. And so before that was done, we didn't want to be expanding that. Since then, there are a number of concerns that are outlined in that audit that we ultimately feel need to be addressed. Now, in the coming months, if we can do that, I think that's one where we can re-examine. We just didn't feel confident at this point in the budget of completely lifting that without having a better situation, a better handle on what we need to do with fixing some of the problems identified. Obviously here in Milwaukee County, some of the other early pilot counties have done very well. Family care has grown into other counties around the state. Some of those counties have adapted well. Others have moved away from the concept that I think was successful here in Milwaukee County and the thing I voted for in '98, which was client-driven care. Having it based on the client, the best interest of the client. More often than not, that means the best interest of the client is keeping them in their home as long as possible, and it's keeping away from institutionalized care. Other counties, in the way that they've set it up, have moved more towards a push away from client-centered, more towards institutional-based care. That not only drives out cost, but the bigger concern to me in terms of the people we're serving is it's putting people artificially into institutions sooner than they need to be, and so we need to get that fixed before we allow that to allow family care to continue to grow.
Do you see something happening this year?
Yes. In terms of the exact time, but I think as we go into the fall, Dennis Smith, Kitty Rhodes, the team at the Department of Health Services, for them it's going to be a priority at looking at a way of figuring out how to make family care work, how to make sure that family care can address the objective that was originally given in '98 when it was passed, and how we can replicate some of the success, whether it was in Milwaukee or some of the other early counties have had in terms of doing that successfully.
If you had a way to push these other counties into more of the client-centered care, would you have a problem with lifting the cap?
No. I mean, again, to me, if you can do that in a way that accounts for those needs, I don't want to have in the audit raise some of these concerns as others have a system that expands where you have some counties more aggressively pushing people into institutionalized care. It's not good for the clients. It's not in the best interest. In the long term, it will create a huge financial albatross for the state and for those counties.